Lisa Michelle Bonet was born on November 16, 1967, in San Francisco, California, to a diverse cultural background that would later inform her unique perspective on identity and artistry. Her father, Alan Bonet, was an African-American opera singer with Texas roots, and her mother, Arlene Littman, was a Jewish schoolteacher of Polish and Russian descent. From an early age, Bonet was immersed in a world that blended artistic discipline and cultural complexity. Growing up in Los Angeles, she was a quiet but expressive child. After graduating from Birmingham High School in Van Nuys, she went on to study at the Celluloid Actors Studio in North Hollywood, where she refined her acting craft. Even as a teenager, she radiated a calm, ethereal presence, something producers and casting directors noticed immediately. In 1984, at just 16 years old, Lisa Bonet landed the role that would launch her into stardom. Denise Huxtable, the free-spirited bohemian daughter on NBC's The Cosby Show. At the height of the show's popularity, it was the most watched program in America, and Bonet's character quickly became a fan favorite. With her natural curls, earth-tone wardrobe, and poetic coolness, Denise Huxtable became a cultural icon of alternative black femininity, a departure from the more traditional portrayals of black girls on television. Bonet's embodiment of Denise offered young viewers, especially girls of color, a new lens through which to see themselves: eclectic, intelligent, artistic, and imperfectly real. Bonet stayed with the show for several seasons, but her spirit and creative drive were too large to be confined. Her chemistry with the role was undeniable, but she began seeking deeper, more challenging work that reflected her evolving identity. In 1987, NBC launched a Cosby Show spin-off titled A Different World, with Lisa Bonet reprising her role as Denise Huxtable, now a college student at the fictional Hillman College. The show aimed to explore young adulthood and the black college experience. However, Bonet's run on the series was short-lived. That same year, at just 19, Bonet made headlines by starring in the provocative film Angel Heart, opposite Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro. The film's dark themes and a controversial nude scene drew significant media attention, and reportedly the disapproval of Bill Cosby himself. Shortly after, she left A Different World, citing creative differences. Many believed that Bonet's desire to break free from her wholesome sitcom image clashed with Cosby's strict standards. Her departure marked a turning point in her career, one that symbolized a deeper search for authenticity, autonomy, and personal evolution. In 1987, Bonet married rising rocker Lenny Kravitz, beginning one of the most celebrated and unconventional love stories in pop culture. The couple, young, artistic, and stunning, embodied a new kind of cultural fusion and bohemian glamour. A year later, in 1988, they welcomed their daughter, Zoe Kravitz, who would go on to become a successful actress and musician in her own right. Bonet took time away from the spotlight to raise her child, prioritizing motherhood and family over fame. Though Lisa and Lenny divorced in 1993, they remained close friends and collaborators. Their mutual respect and co-parenting harmony became an example of love beyond marriage. Bonet's role as a mother shaped her next chapter, one of intentionality, spiritual exploration, and creative depth. Lisa Bonet returned to acting sporadically in the late 1990s and 2000s. She appeared in films like Enemy of the State, 1998, alongside Will Smith, and High Fidelity, 2000, with John Cusack, where she brought her signature cool to every role. Her performances were often subtle, intuitive, and emotionally layered. She refused to conform to industry expectations of celebrity life and instead became a symbol of natural beauty, soulful presence, and radical authenticity. Her appearances were few and far between, but always memorable. In 2005, Bonet legally changed her name to Lilikoi Moon, though she continued to use Lisa Bonet professionally. The name change reflected her deep connection to nature, spirituality, and the desire to live outside of Western definitions of identity. In 2005, Lisa Bonet began a relationship with actor Jason Momoa, best known for his roles in Game of Thrones and Aquaman. Momoa, who had admired Bonet since childhood, referred to her as his dream woman and described their connection as instant and powerful. The couple married officially in 2017, though they had been together for over a decade by then. They had 2 children together, a daughter, Lola Iolani Momoa, and a son, Nakoa Wolf Manakawapo Namakayeha Momoa. Their relationship was a testament to spiritual partnership, mutual respect, and creative balance. They lived quietly, splitting their time between Topanga Canyon, California, and natural retreats. Both Bonet and Momoa shared values centered on sustainability, family, indigenous heritage, and personal freedom. Though they announced their separation in 2022, they remained united in parenting and in their continued respect for one another. Lisa Bonet's influence cannot be measured by screen time or box office numbers. Her legacy lies in her ability to defy the mold, to bring poetry to performance, honesty to beauty, and depth to fame. She redefined what it meant to be a black woman on screen: sensitive, bold, introspective, and magnetic. She made space for nonconformity in black popular culture and inspired generations of artists, from her daughter Zoe to a long list of young actresses and creatives who cite her as a muse. Her sense of style, natural hair, layered fabrics, earthy jewelry was both trend-setting and timeless. Her interviews, though rare, were filled with reflection, grace, and a quiet power. She didn't seek the spotlight, but it found her anyway. In an entertainment industry obsessed with headlines and high earnings, Lisa Bonet has carved out a unique legacy defined not by flashy numbers but by authenticity, independence, and restraint. Over the decades, she has earned and preserved her wealth with the same quiet grace that characterizes her life and career. As of 2025, Lisa Bonet's net worth is estimated to be between $10 million and $14 million, a figure that reflects decades of acting success, intelligent financial choices, and a lifestyle rooted in simplicity rather than excess. Lisa Bonet's entry into television came with a powerful role that would shape her image forever: Denise Huxtable, the stylish, intellectual daughter on The Cosby Show. Joining the cast in 1984, when she was just 16 years old, Bonet quickly became a fan favorite. At the time, The Cosby Show was not just a hit, it was a phenomenon, regularly drawing over 30 million viewers per episode at its peak. While exact figures from her early salary are not publicly confirmed, lead actors on hit network sitcoms in the 1980s could earn up to $20,000 to $40,000 per episode by later seasons. As a supporting cast member, Bonet likely earned less than Bill Cosby or Felicia Rashad, but by the show's fourth and fifth seasons, her pay would have likely reached tens of thousands per episode. In 1987, Bonet was given her own spin-off, A Different World, which could have elevated her pay further, but creative tensions and her growing desire for artistic freedom led her to exit the show after one season. Even though she stepped back from mainstream television, The Cosby Show continued to generate revenue through syndication, with Bonet earning residual income from reruns and licensing deals throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. This steady passive income became an essential financial base as she shifted toward more selective roles. Bonet's daring role in Angel Heart, 1987, opposite Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro, was a bold artistic move that had both creative and financial implications. Though the film itself was moderately successful at the box office, Bonet's participation in the controversial role likely came with a healthy paycheck, positioning her as an actress capable of handling more adult, dramatic work. However, the backlash, especially from conservative fans and figures like Bill Cosby, reportedly limited her future television opportunities. Bonet's income in the late 1980s took a dip, not due to lack of talent, but due to her unwillingness to conform. Her finances during this period reflected her values-first approach: fewer projects, but chosen with care and principle. In 1988, Bonet gave birth to her daughter Zoe Kravitz and stepped away from the limelight to focus on motherhood. During this time, she was less active professionally, appearing in a few smaller films and television projects. She made appearances in movies like Bank Robber, 1993, Final Combination, 1994, and Enemy of the State, 1998, all of which contributed to her earnings without overwhelming her schedule. Bonet also remained a fashion and cultural icon during this time, often gracing magazine covers and being paid for modeling appearances, brand collaborations, and interviews. These side projects may not have matched TV income but helped diversify her revenue streams. She also likely received settlement assets or support from her divorce from rocker Lenny Kravitz in 1993. While both parties have kept details of their financial arrangement private, Kravitz's wealth, which would grow substantially over time, and amicable post-divorce relationship with Bonet suggests some level of financial stability was ensured for her and their daughter. Bonet returned to acting in the late 1990s and early 2000s, earning renewed attention for her role in the hit film High Fidelity, 2000. Her performance as a sultry singer and former lover helped reintroduce her to a younger audience and earned critical praise. Throughout the 2000s, Bonet appeared in a few independent films and guest roles on television, including Life on Mars, 2008. These roles were not frequent, but Bonet was able to command premium pay for rare appearances, thanks to her iconic status and growing cult following. While not accumulating blockbuster paychecks, Bonet maintained financial relevance by working selectively, retaining her screen appeal, and earning royalties from past projects. In 2005, Lisa Bonet began a long-term relationship with actor Jason Momoa, who would later achieve global stardom for roles in Game of Thrones and Aquaman. Though they officially married in 2017, they were together for over 16 years and raised 2 children. Together, Bonet and Momoa shared a modest but valuable real estate portfolio, including a home in Topanga Canyon, California, known for its rustic charm and artistic community. Their property is reportedly worth several $1 million, and their shared financial responsibilities included family life, travel, sustainability efforts, and children's education. Their marriage ended publicly in 2022, though amicably. Reports suggest that the separation did not involve a drawn-out financial battle. Given California's community property laws, Bonet may have received a fair portion of jointly owned assets, though both parties likely had separate individual finances. Bonet's long-term net worth benefits from residuals, royalty payments, and property investments. Shows like The Cosby Show and films like High Fidelity and Enemy of the State continue to generate revenue through licensing, streaming, and cable deals. While not flashy with her lifestyle, Bonet is believed to own significant equity in her Topanga home, which continues to appreciate in value. Her long-standing refusal to participate in Hollywood's glamour economy has preserved her wealth by minimizing unnecessary spending, allowing her to build a sustainable financial foundation. She has also made small appearances at events, voiceovers, and occasional interviews, all paid engagements that supplement her income without requiring full-time visibility. Lisa Bonet's brand value is not just about money, it's about cultural influence. She is a fashion icon, a symbol of individuality, and a muse to designers, artists, and spiritual thinkers. Though she has never launched major fashion or wellness lines, the potential for future brand partnerships or memoir deals remains high. Her story is rich, rare, and respected, a combination that makes her a compelling figure in Hollywood, with uncashed potential for future income. Lisa Bonet's net worth, estimated between $10 million and $14 million, is a reflection of her priorities, not her publicity. She has earned enough to live comfortably, raise her children with intention, and pursue the kind of life that many in Hollywood cannot afford, a life of privacy, balance, and peace. Her wealth was not built overnight. It came slowly, quietly, through consistent artistry, smart personal choices, and a refusal to chase trends. Lisa Bonet's story reminds us that true wealth isn't just about how much you make, it's about how you live, love, and protect your soul in the process.